Imagine working your entire career to make people look good, only to be replaced by a company that doesn't care about quality. Now imagine that same company starts failing because of their greed and incompetence, and you are the one who pulls the strings. Today, I'm telling you how I destroyed a multi-million-dollar AV company, and no one ever saw it coming. If you love stories of clever, calculated revenge, where the underdog flips the tables on a greedy corporation, smash that like button, subscribe, and get ready. This story isn't just about revenge, it's about strategy, patience, and letting the system work for you. It all began in 2007, when I was fresh out of school for television production. I had learned to manipulate cameras, control sound, and run live productions seamlessly. I was good, so good that I quickly rose through the ranks of several TV studios. Eventually, I opened my own video production business, investing tens of thousands into equipment just to stay competitive. Sensory cue, the smell of burning wires and old electronics in the studio, the hum of equipment, screens flickering, the rush of a live shoot. But in the early years, I couldn't make a steady profit. I needed a side job, something consistent. That's when I got a position as an audio-visual technician at the most upscale hotel in my city. Think Plaza Hotel of the Midwest, ornate ballrooms, crystal chandeliers, velvet curtains, and corporate guests who demanded perfection. Emotional cue, excitement tinged with anxiety, the first day walking into that grand lobby, realizing the weight of responsibility on my shoulders. As an AV tech, I made events happen. Every projector, every microphone, every speaker setup fell under my watch. If an event went off without a hitch, I got little credit. If something went wrong, it was on me. Within 6 months, I became lead technician, responsible for a team of 3, managing every event setup and ensuring no detail was overlooked. Deadlines were measured in minutes. I thrived in this chaos. Internal monologue, if the show starts at 7 p.m., it starts at 7 p.m. No excuses. The hotel itself was owned by billion-dollar corporation, BDC, a massive hotel conglomerate. My AV company, Alpha AV, had a contract with BDC. We handled every hotel event, from staff meetings to presidential visits, all across the country. I had built trust and reputation. Executives, politicians, and even the Secret Service knew my name. I had security clearance to operate in rooms where sensitive corporate meetings took place. I was the invisible linchpin that made events successful. Sensory cue, the click of the tech table, whispers of executives, the faint hum of projectors in large ballrooms, and the nervous energy in the air during high-profile presentations. I had years of credibility and connections, but nothing lasts forever. In 2012, Alpha AV's contract was up. BDC chose Beta AV, a company that had been underbidding Alpha and cozying up to BDC executives. Overnight, everything changed. I was treated like a commodity. I moved equipment, transitioned teams, and became lead tech for Beta AV at the same hotel. Emotional cue, frustration and indignation. Years of loyalty and hard work reduced to a business transaction. Beta AV was different. Policies restricted our access to equipment storage, isolated technicians from clients, and emphasized profit over quality. Clients noticed immediately, events cost more, and the service quality dropped. I tried to compensate, slipping equipment to events that needed it, but the new sales director blocked everything. My reputation began to crumble, not because I failed, but because my hands were tied. Dialogue cue. If they don't pay, they don't get it. That's policy. Internal monologue, all my years of building trust, gone. And there's nothing I can do. Over the next year, clients complained. Events underdelivered. Sales dropped. Employees were underpaid and overworked. The new AV director was arrogant, dismissive, and incompetent. He overcharged clients, delivered subpar services, and crushed morale. I could see Beta AV sinking, but BDC was stuck with them until the contract ended. Our team of 4 technicians barely got 10 hours a week. Without events, there was no work. No work meant no pay. Emotional Q, hopelessness mixed with simmering anger. Watching a sinking ship I could have saved, knowing my own livelihood depended on it. Internal monologue, they've taken everything from us. But maybe there's a way to fix this. I realized the company's downfall lay in the hands of the employees. If all the skilled technicians left, Beta AV would collapse. I began coordinating a massive, synchronized exodus. I convinced technicians at other Beta AV hotels to search for new jobs. We aligned resignations to coincide with a major BDC event at the flagship hotel. Old connections at Alpha AV and BDC were subtly tipped off. Sensory Q, late-night emails, whispered conversations in break rooms, nervous glances as plans solidified, the hum of city lights outside the hotel windows. Internal monologue, we aren't sabotaging events, we're giving BDC a chance to see what real AV support looks like. The week of the major event, every technician put in their 2-week notice simultaneously. Beta AV was left with one incompetent director. A flagship event to manage alone. No team, no backups, and no hope. The result, Beta AV was in breach of contract. They couldn't deliver. Sensory Q, panicked phone calls, frantic emails, the echo of empty ballrooms, the stark realization of impending failure. Alpha AV swooped in, delivering a flawless event. BDC's executives were impressed, and the contrast between Alpha AV's excellence and Beta AV's incompetence was glaring. Internal monologue, perfect. They see the difference. They see who's reliable. Beta AV's reputation tanked overnight. Corporate contracts were threatened. Clients switched back to Alpha Avenue. Alpha AV absorbed Beta AV, reclaiming nationwide contracts and restoring client trust. Emotional Q, satisfaction, vindication, relief. Watching the greedy, incompetent management pay for their arrogance without lifting a finger beyond coordination. Dialogue Q, imagine Beta AV execs. How did this happen? We had a contract. Internal monologue, I didn't just quit. I executed a flawless strategy. And now, justice is served. Despite the victory, my personal life suffered. Minimal hours, minimal pay, financial instability. Car repossessed, condo foreclosed, business closed. Dreams deferred in favor of survival. Yet, in professional terms, I destroyed a multi-million-dollar AV company. I restored Alpha AV to its former glory. Clients regained trust and service quality. Moral Q, revenge isn't always profitable personally, but it's strategic, just, and deeply satisfying. Internal monologue, Beta AV took everything from me. But I took down the company that tried to crush everything I built. That's my victory.